Today, with the help of Next.js, React and power of AI, we are building a platform where you can generate professional websites and complete Shopify template using just simple text prompt. Hey there and welcome back to TubeGuruji channel. Instead of spending hours of designing pages, writing code and creating every section manually, imagine describing the website you want and watching AI build it for a real time. In this project, we are going to build a complete AI-powered Shopify template and theme builder and web page builder platform from scratch. The user can enter a prompt like create a modern fashion store with a premium dark theme and our AI will start generating the website page by page. But we are not stopping at a basic AI generation. User will able to select any section directly from the live preview and edit its text, image, layout, color, spacing and style. Every changes will appear instantly in real time. Once the website is ready, user can export it as a complete Shopify theme, download the source code and export any pages as a PNG image. To build this complete platform, we'll use a Next.js, React and Tailwind CSS. We will use an InsForge for authentication, database and file storage. Jolli AI will provide persistent memory and project context for our AI coding agent. Imagekit will handle AI image generation and image transformations. And after completing every major feature, we'll use a CodeRabbit to review our pull request, detect potential bug and improve the code quality. All the tech stack resources which we are using in this project is completely free to use. I will put the link in the description to get access to all the resources for free. This is going to be a complete real-world full stack AI SaaS project with AI generation, live preview, inline editing, project management and Shopify theme export. So without wasting any time, let me show you the actual demo which we are going to build in this project. This is the home page of the application. In order to create a new project, simply sign in. With the help of InsForge, we added a Google and email password authentication. Once users sign in, then you can simply enter the prompt. Here will say generate cosmetic e-commerce website with pink shade and then simply click submit. After that, AI agent will start generating the theme and then it will start generating the web page for you. It will also make sure in order to keep the pages styling theme consistent, it will first generate the themes for you and then you will see the live preview of your web page which is getting generated. With the help of Imagekit, it also generating the images in real time. It will generate and pass the correct prompt to the Imagekit URL and then it will automatically display the matching images for you. Over here you will see this beautiful web page is getting generated in real time. Here you will see all the images, the color, theme, everything is matching to the web page and the theme as well. Now if you want to edit any section, you have option over here to click edit and then you can select whichever section you want to edit. Let's say you want to change the title or hero title for this one. So either you have option to edit manually or you can use AI to edit it. Here we'll say update hero title and then simply click apply changes. Automatically it will start updating the hero title for you and then once it updated, then you can just see the changes. Now obviously here it asks the question before confirming. Here we'll say yes and then it will proceed with that particular change and here you will see the output as well. Pretty cool, right? You can even change the image. Just click on it. Either you can upload a new image or you can generate a new image. Not only that, but with the help of Imagekit, you can add some AI transformation like removing the background, upscaling the image, adding a drop shadow, a variation and many other things. That can possible with the help of Imagekit AI transformation. If you want to move any of this section, you can easily move up and down. Then if you want to generate a new page, you can simply enter. So here we'll say generate product detail page and then simply hit enter. Automatically AI will start generating the product detail page, and then you will see the tab like or browser like tabs where you can switch between different pages immediately without searching for those, and then it will start generating that specific page which we requested for. You can also switch between the multiple pages, and then you will see this complete output of the product detail page. Next, if you want to export this into a Shopify theme or template, you have option to export directly to a Shopify. You also have option to download with a zip, export code, export to PNG, and preview theme. Once you click on export to Shopify, it will make sure to generate each supported files, supported extension for the Shopify template. And then it will give you the zip file in order to download and upload directly inside your Shopify account. And then simply download the zip file. Once the zip file is downloaded, it is ready to use inside the Shopify. You can even download the PNG images if you want as a mock images, and that is also get downloaded inside the zip file, where you can simply open those and then you will see the complete PNG image. Pretty cool, right? Now let me show you how it works in the Shopify. So if you go to the Shopify online store, here you have option under the online store, click import, upload the zip, and select the zip for which you just exported as a Shopify template. Then click upload a file. Then your theme will get installed immediately, and then you have option to edit this theme. Just click on edit theme, and then it will redirect you to the theme editor. Here you will see the complete output. Now the interesting part is you can add multiple session, because our platform also generate a multiple session like category grid, footer, header, hero banner, and many others, which you can directly use inside your project. At whatever section you want, you can simply enter it. That's how easy it is. This platform gives you the complete ability to customize your web pages, generate as many pages you want. After that, you can simply access your project anytime. I'm going to tell you how you can generate the preview thumbnail for each of the project, so that if you see this preview thumbnail based on what we generated previously. Pretty cool, right? Then we are also going to learn how we can add a billing feature. We are going to use a Stripe payment gateway in order to integrate the subscription model. So we have the free, monthly, and yearly plan. If you are new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe, press notification bell icon, and like this video. Also, in order to get access to the source code and get exclusive courses, you can join the TubeGuruji.com. Here you will find all the exclusive courses and the source code. Recently, we also introduced a new section called prompt box, where by just entering the prompt step by step, you can generate a complete full stack SaaS projects. Also, try WebTracky. It's a revenue first analytics for a modern website. In just few lines of code, you can keep and start tracking your website and its revenue. You can track where you are getting the visitors, which country, region, city, which browser or OS or device they are using and accessing your website, and the complete AI insight you will find inside this WebTracky. It's free to test and try, and I will put the link in the description. So without doing any further delay, let's begin to develop this application. Now first we are going to create a Next.js application, and for that we are going to use a command line. So in order to create this React project, we are using this React framework called Next.js. Now Next.js provides a lot of different features. It contains a built-in optimization functionality, dynamic HTML streaming, React server component, folder-based routing, and many other. You can even create an API directly inside this Next.js app. Now in order to create, you will see this particular command npx create next app at latest. Simply copy this command, then go to the folder where you want to create this project and open a terminal at that folder. Now if you are using a Windows, make sure to open a command prompt and then simply paste this command, which is npx create next app at latest. Now at latest will install the latest version of Next.js. But if you want to install any specific version, you can simply enter that version number and then hit enter. After that, it will ask, do you want to proceed, and then we'll say yes. And then it will ask you the project name. So simply enter the project name. So here we'll say AI Shopify template builder, okay, and then hit enter. Then it will ask which setting you want to use, a default recommended setting, or you can even use a previous setting or customized setting. So we'll go with this recommended setting because it comes with the TypeScript, ESLint, no React compiler, a Tailwind CSS and other information. So we'll go with that. Then you will see it started installing some dependency like Next, React, React DOM, and some dev dependency for the Tailwind CSS, TypeScript and the ESLint as well. Once the project is created, you can simply open your project inside the VS Code. Now if you don't have the VS Code installed, make sure to install the VS Code. Then open the folder where you just created this project, and then after that you can simply select this project and click open. Here I will just close this section, and then you will see your all the files and folder for inside your application project. Okay, now very first folder, which is the app folder, which contain your application code like all the pages, your layout, and even global CSS, which is the CSS applied throughout your application. Then you also have the public folder to keep all your images assets, okay, and Next.js will automatically detect that you are trying to access any asset directly from the public folder. And then we have some config file for the Next, and then packet.json which contain the name and version along with the script to run your application or to build your app, the dependency along with their version number, and some dev dependency as well. Now the interesting thing over here, you will see this Agents.md file, where when you are using any AI agent, then you can write all the project related AI instruction inside this Agent.md file. So whenever you write any command to the AI agent, it will access this Agent.md and follow all the rules. We will add the Agent.md all the rules later on, but for now the first thing that we need to do is to run our application. So simply click on terminal and then new terminal. Here say trust folder and continue. Okay, you also have option to drag this from the bottom, something like this, and it will open this terminal. Now inside the terminal, simply run a command npm run dev, okay, which will run your project on the port 3000 on URL localhost. So your application is running on localhost. Now you have option, just open this URL inside the browser. You can open inside the inbuilt VS Code browser, or you have option to open inside the actual browser as well. Okay, and at the both place you will see now your application is now running. Now inside this browser as well, you have option to open the inspect panel. Just click on this inspect, and then on the right hand side you will see this inspect panel. Okay, so it's a similar to the what we have used inside the Chrome browser. Same browser is integrated inside the VS Code as well. Now we'll learn how can we set up an AI agent inside the VS Code. Now there are a couple of ways that you can do it. The very first, you have to decide which AI agent you want to use, whether it's a Claude, Codex, Cursor, or Gemini, or any other. Then inside the VS Code you can just search for the extension. For example, if you want to use Claude, just search for the Claude code and then make sure to install it. I already have installed it, and if you see, this is how you will see the icon. Just click on it and then it will open the Claude. First thing, it will ask you to sign in with your subscription. Okay, if you don't have subscription, you can try with the Google Copilot, or you can even try Codex. Now there are different model as well. Now if you want to use a Codex, you can use Codex as well. So right now I install Codex and a Claude, but you can use whichever you like. Okay, Later on in this project, I will tell you how can we use a Claude for a free. Okay, so you have to watch this complete video, because inside the complete project video I'm gonna show you in the middle where and how to use this Claude for a free inside this project. Now in order to open this Claude, you can just click on it, okay, and then you can ask any question. For example, let's say you want to understand the folder structure. So here we'll say, can you explain me Next.js folder structure? Okay, and then simply send this message. Then Claude will understand your complete project structure first. Okay, so it will ask, do you want to allow this bash command? We'll say yes, and then it will read all your project files, and then it will give you a proper explanation about each folder and file as well. Now you have to keep eye on the permission, okay, and if you see, it started giving us a proper explanation for each folder and file, which I already explained you. But you can start exploring more about the Next.js folder structure if you are new to this Next.js. But the important thing you have to understand that you have to set up any favorite IDE, okay, using this VS Code extension, so you can use a Claude or Codex as an AI agent. Now it's time to set up a Jolli AI. Now Jolli AI give you an AI coding agent, a persistent memory inside your IDE. It's a structured, self-updating knowledge layer with a memory and a context for a developer, agents and user. Now it provides three different products. The very first is Jolli Memory. Now it captures AI coding context into a structured memory on a commit, linking a tool call and markdown file into a local knowledge base. It works privately on your machine, or you can even sync it to the cloud as well. Now this helps us to save your AI tokens, okay, or any AI model token, and it works with a Claude Code, Codex, Gemini CLI, even open code, or you can even install the extension inside your VS Code. Everything we are going to learn it in step-by-step way. The second product is Jolli Spaces. Now it connects your code base, memory, docs and conversation into a structured collaborative knowledge wiki for your team and agents. So one source of truth always in the sync. Now whenever you want any developer comes up, then this with the Jolli Spaces, he will understand about your project. And in future, anytime when you want to make some update, adding a new feature inside your project, you don't need to tell anything from the start. Now with this Jolli AI, you can easily start implementing this feature without giving any prior information to the AI model. And the third is Jolli Sites. It publishes a polished hosted documents and for private as well, okay, so it's private for your team or public for your customers. It contains stay in a sync and accurate with the code and memory automatically, so you don't need to create the documents on your own. Even these document sites and Spaces is a platform to learn for the new developer, user or even customer about the project, okay. It will automatically detect everything and you don't need to manually update anything, because it automatically sync with our project as you are developing the project, okay. Now in order to get a free access to the Jolli AI, you can click the link in the description. Now Jolli AI, if you are working locally, it's completely free, but if you want to connect to the cloud, you have to sign up, because if you want to add the Jolli Spaces or a Jolli site, it better you can sign up, so because it's run on the cloud. But Jolli Memory, which is very interesting and important one, you can run it locally. Now once you click the link in the description, it automatically gives you the free access to the Jolli AI. Simply sign in to the platform. I will just quickly walk through how this Jolli AI platform will look like, okay. So here you have Jolli agent as well, where you can talk, that you can ask any question about the Spaces, memory and sites, okay. Now over here you will see all the Jolli Memory, okay. Then we have personal space as well, which you can create, or your option have create, and you can even create site as well. Okay, so once you click on create site, give the name, the site name and the subdomain, and then it will automatically start updating your project documentation inside this site as well. As simple as that. Okay, now let's integrate inside our project, and it's very easy. Very first thing, you have to go to this extension icon. Okay, and inside that just search Jolli AI, and you will find this Jolli memory extension. Okay, I will close this tab for now, and this Jolli memory is from the Jolli AI. It's an official extension. You can even install it by running a command, but we can install directly. Here we say trust publisher and install, and once it is installed, you might see this Jolli memory. Now I obviously have a lot of different extension, but you might see the icon over here, or you can just simply click on this Jolli memory. Okay, now inside this Jolli memory, either you can sign in with a Jolli account, or you can even use any API, right? In this case, if you see, you already have this Anthropic API key, which is recommended, but if you want to go with the sign in to the Jolli, you can even do that. So I will just sign in with a Jolli AI, and then it will give you authorization to access the Jolli, and then we'll say open, and now your Jolli AI is set up. Pretty cool, right? Now this is the how the extension will look like. Now as soon as you start committing your code, Jolli AI automatically store the information locally, so that next time when you ask any new feature implementation, you don't need to give starting or complete information about your project to the AI model. It will automatically understand with the help of this Jolli memory, and which will save a lot of token, guys. Okay, because I use it in recently, and it helped me a lot. It saved me a lot of tokens, and that's why we are going to use a Jolli memory throughout the project. Right now, make sure you set up this Jolli memory. Here you will see this icon, and then later on, as soon as for every chapter when you commit the code, then it will automatically save the memory. Once you set up, you will see in under this agent folder, it added few skill for the Jolli. Okay, the very first, which is a Jolli skill, and inside that you will see this complete skill.md file with some instruction and all. Right now, two important things we have to look over here, which is a Jolli recall. Okay, so you can recall whatever you want, and it will give you the complete step-by-step skills setup, or skill, I will just say, right, along with all the instruction, and you can recall anything with the AI model about your project and everything. And another important one, which is a Jolli search. Okay, so you can search about your project anything, something like, has anyone deal with X before, have we or how have we handled Y previously, or finding a commit related to the half remember ticket. Anything you can ask with this Jolli search, and it will immediately give you the answer from your project. Now it will not read your complete project, it will automatically read the Jolli memory, and then it will give you the answer, which help us to save lot of tokens. Okay, so that's how this Jolli skill is updated under the skills folder. You will see some of the new folder like Jolli. Inside that we have the Jolli memory, session.json file, and many others. So make sure it's set up for you as well, because it helps us to build our application faster and without wasting our AI tokens. Now it's time to set up a CodeRabbit. CodeRabbit.ai is a platform to review your code using an AI. And there are a lot of different features that you can use it with the help of CodeRabbit. Now this project is a big project, and we need to divide this project into a small chapters or small feature, so that we can organize properly. And that's why we need to review each chapter's code with the help of CodeRabbit. Now, having a CodeRabbit in your project is similar to having a senior developer who review your code every time, and if there is any suggestion, any bugs, it will point it out and then you can fix it. Now, along with that, CodeRabbit also give you a prompt to fix your issue, and what are the different alternative are there, how important is to fix the any PR issue. Everything CodeRabbit will mention. Okay, and it's very easy to set up as well. CodeRabbit also recently launched a review UI. Okay, so on this one you can completely see the difference, what are the changes you made, what are the complexity of the fix, and everything it mentioned inside this review UI. That also we are going to look, but first thing first, make sure to click the link in the description to get a free access to the CodeRabbit, and then you can simply log in to the CodeRabbit platform. Now, once you sign in to the CodeRabbit dashboard, here you have option to explore. You can also see the complete analytics of the review which you done on your projects. Then we have the review section where you can connect your repo to which you want to set up a CodeRabbit AI review process. Now, if you see, I already have a lot of projects running, and I integrated the CodeRabbit in order to review my code. Okay, so there are a lot of personal application as well which I always use CodeRabbit to review. You also have some MCP server integration, which is very interesting because you can do the documentation and many other things with the help of these MCP servers. They recently introduced this Slack where you will get update directly on your Slack channel. Okay, and there are plenty of things that you can explore with the CodeRabbit. Now, first thing first, we'll go to the review. Under the repo, you need to connect your repo, but right now we don't have any repo created on a GitHub. So what we'll do, we'll go to the GitHub and we'll simply create a new repo. And this is very important because throughout the project we are going to push our code to the each branch, and then we are going to create a pull request for it. So automatically CodeRabbit will review our code. Now for the repo, I will say AI Shopify template builder. Then it's totally up to you whether you want to keep this repo private or public, and simply click create repo. After this, simply copy this remote origin because we have to set up, and then first we'll go to the Visual Studio, open a terminal, and inside this we'll first initialize the git using this git init command, then set the remote origin. Okay, after that I will go to this source control and we stage all of these changes. Then here you will see an icon. Okay, now if those icon is not there, you can give your own commit message, something like this, or you can just simply click on icon and based on what are the changes you make, it automatically add a commit message for you and say commit. After this, you can ignore those right now. You have to push your code. Okay, so just click push, and it asking you it's on main branch, do you want to publish? We'll say okay, and then it will push your code to your main branch. And after that, if I go back and refresh this screen, you will see your project is now pushed, and now your project is inside the GitHub repo. Now next thing, we'll go to the CodeRabbit and then simply click on add repo inside this, and then you will get an option to select the repo. You can even give all the repo access, but here I selected this only selected repo access, and then search the repo which you just created and push your code. So in my case is AI Shopify template builder. Just click on it and then save it. Once you save, it will jump back to the CodeRabbit, and now your CodeRabbit is integrated or set up for your GitHub repo. And here you will see the name of your repo is now added. Now next time whenever you create a branch and create a pull request, it will automatically review your code with a proper comment, summary, and then you can just check the comment made by this CodeRabbit AI, and then you can fix the issue. That we will see throughout the project or throughout the video as well. But for now, make sure you set up the CodeRabbit. Make sure to click the link in the description to get a free access to the CodeRabbit. I will put the link, which is the exclusive link to this CodeRabbit. As you know that we are going to build this complete application using an AI agent. So before that, we need to understand the application workflow so that we can write the proper agent instruction inside our agent.md file. Okay, so let's go ahead and understand the application workflow. So I already drawn these beautiful handwritten notes so that it will be easy for you to understand. Now first thing, when user enter the input related what kind of Shopify template or pages he want, he will enter the prompt. Then that information will go save to our database, and then we are going to navigate to the editor where AI agent will start generating the web pages for you, and user can see in a live with a live preview. Okay, now once the pages are ready, we are giving an option to edit and customize those pages if user want to make any changes. Okay, so we have inline editing feature, or user can also edit with the help of AI. And there are a few stacks that we are going to use, let's say Next.js, React, Tailwind, the InsForge for the authentication and the database, the Imagekit for the image generation and transformation. We are also going to use Jolli AI for memory and the CodeRabbit. And there are some services related to that particular tech stack. But before that, we have to set up our agent properly with a proper instruction. So we are going to create two different files. One for the agents.md, where we are going to define an AI agent, their tool, responsibility, also the workflow and the instruction for the best practices. And the design system.md file for the colors, typography, component, spacing, layout, UI guideline, everything will be go inside the design system.md file. Okay, so overall this is the application workflow. Now you might have a question, how can we export the Shopify? That we'll see later on, but this is the basic idea of our application. Now navigate to our app, and inside this agent.md we need to add the proper instruction, the tools and all the details. Now I already have written all of these instruction. So simply go to the tubeguruji.com and simply sign up if you don't have account. It's a completely free. And then if you scroll down, you will find this prompt box project. Okay, we already have the project created for the AI Shopify template builder. Just click on it. I will put the link in the description for this one, and here you will find the chapter 4, which is Agents.md design prompt. Under that, simply copy this agent.md file, and then you're gonna simply paste it here, as simple as that. Okay, and then save it. Now inside this agent.md file, you will see we have this product related information. Okay, so what are the things we need to add and all, then which are the different tech stack we are going to use, so that I also explain. Then the application workflow, how it works. So every time when you enter any prompt, it will AI automatically read this agent.md file, and then it will make sure it will follow the complete instruction. Now this is a core workflow that user will sign in with the help of InsForge authentication. Then the project will create, enter the prompt and many other things. Then we have architectural section, the AI generation, how this AI model will work to generate the pages. Then the AI providers, you can use any AI providers, and there are many other instructions you will find inside this agents.md file. Okay, now once this is done, then you are good to go. Now next thing we need to do is to set up the design prompt or design system. So inside this design system, I already have this screenshot. Okay, and inside this, if you see which color we are going to use, which typography, what will be the component design will look like, everything is mentioned inside this design system palette. Okay, now what you have to do, we'll go back, you have to go back to this prompt section, and here you will find the notes. So just click on it and you will find this agent.md design prompt notes. You can open in a new tab, and then you can save okay, to your local, because we want to attach or we want to send this. So let's open any file. For now it will open this Claude, okay, and then you can simply enter the prompt. So you can simply say implement the app design system from this attach UI reference, and then you can simply attach that reference. So I will upload that design system prompt and will open it, okay, and then simply hit enter. Now what Claude will do, Claude will first understand our attached screenshot, and based on that it will implement the proper design system for us. Once you have the design system ready, so that throughout the application it will follow the same design pattern and you don't need to tell every time same thing to the AI model, okay. So that's the reason we need to have the design system ready. Now it asks first question, allow write tailwind.config.ts file, okay. Basically with the Tailwind CSS version 4 you don't need this file, so you can just mention that with latest Tailwind CSS version 4 you don't need tailwind.config.ts file, rather use global.css file to write all colors and other details for styling, okay. And make sure to mention that because tailwind.config.ts file we use in an old Tailwind CSS version, not the latest one. So that's the reason we enter that prompt, and then now it will understand, okay. So got it. With the Tailwind CSS version 4 we'll define design system directly inside the global CSS. Say that's how. So we have to give the proper instruction to the AI model while it generating the code, and right now if you see it's updated. So it will ask the permission, so we'll allow all the edit for this session, and once it is implemented you will see it created some components. So inside this design system implementation so we have this design token, and inside the global CSS it updated all our colors, typography and other design related instruction. Then it also created some core component like button, card, input, and we also have the new page created for a design system so that you can easily check it out, okay. So let's go ahead first and let's check the global CSS file. So inside this app folder you will find a global CSS, and inside this global CSS you will see all these colors added, okay, along with the spacing, the border and other details. Next you will see under the component folder we have this alert button component created, okay, which can easily use, okay. It's a reusable component. And another thing which is a design system. So if I go to our app and if I go to design system as on that particular route, you will see this theme builder with the colors, right, then the typography, then the buttons as well, then we have the form component, tags, alert, everything is added. Pretty cool, right? Obviously you have option to modify, you can tell AI agent if you want to modify anything, but for now everything looks good. So that's how guys you have to add this Agent.md and the design system in our application before start implementing our actual app. Now once you finish adding all of this, we are going to create a new branch to push all our code. So these are some of the changes made. So what we'll do first, just click on these three dots and then click branch, and then we are going to create a new branch. Now this is our first branch, so I will give the one dot and name of the branch. So you can give any name. So here we'll say Agent.md and design system setup, okay, and then hit enter. After this we have to stage all of these changes and then you can give the commit message. Now I'm going to use AI to add this commit message for us. And once you enter the commit message, simply say commit. After that, we have to push your all the changes. So we'll say push. So it will push to that particular branch. Okay. So we'll say okay. And then if I go back to the GitHub, you will see an option to create the pull request. Simply click on it and then create the pull request. Now once the pull request is created, the CodeRabbit will automatically start reviewing your code. Okay, currently it's checking it, but once it's done, it will start reviewing the code. Pretty cool, right? Now obviously every time when you create a branch, make sure to create a pull request so that CodeRabbit will automatically get triggered and then it will start reviewing your code. So we'll wait for CodeRabbit to review our PR. Obviously this is a small PR, and if you see, CodeRabbit already started commenting on our PR as well. Okay, so this is the first some comment, but CodeRabbit also give you the complete summary of the changes which you made inside this PR and many other things. Also, in meantime, I want to show you how this Jolli memory work. So just click on this extension, and here if you see, we are on this current branch, right? And here you have option to build memory from commit, because we just made the commit. Currently we don't have any work memory created or anything, right? So what we'll do, we'll click on build memory from the commit, and then here we have option to create the commit. So let's click on build one memory, and now it will start building that memory for us. Now once the memory is created, you have option to open this memory bank at the right side, right? And here you will find the memory which we built, right? So currently if you see whatever the branch we created for that one, we have the memory created. If you open it, it will show you the complete detail, right? So how much token it used to implement this particular task, it will show you that amount as well. Then you have the Jolli space created, so you can open that in a new tab if you want. And here is the memory, right? So this is the quick recap, what are the changes you made and all of this, and why these changes, the decision behind this code, everything is it's given inside this Jolli AI. See, pretty cool, right? So what are the file it affects, and then rewrite Agent.md into full engineering guideline for the theme builder, so that is also mentioned. And there are a lot of other things you can explore with this Jolli memory, and that's why we need this Jolli memory, because next time when you start a Claude's new session, right? For example, here if I start new session and add anything, right? It will not read all your files. It will read the Jolli memory first in order to get some idea about the changes which you made. Basically, whenever you create any new session inside your AI agents, right? It will automatically read a Jolli memory and get some context about the project, and it helps us to reduce a lot of tokens. So that's why the Jolli memory is very helpful. Now once the CodeRabbit review on our PR, you will see the inline comment added. Okay, now there are some of the comment which is related to Jolli, so we can ignore that, but the some comment needed to update, like inside the global CSS, there is a major things that it's saying color scale is missing shade that consuming component already referenced, right? So that you have to fix it. Now there are some proposed fixes as well, so you can immediately make on your own, committable suggestion as well. And if you want an AI agent prompt, you can simply copy this prompt and paste it inside your AI agent, so that it will automatically add and fix that particular PR. And there are some of the other things as well which you can just check it out. Pretty cool, right? So that's why CodeRabbit will give you this complete inline comments, suggestion, and the most important, the agentic prompt as well, which you can simply use it. And once you are happy with it, simply merge your pull request. Okay, so that it will merge into a main branch, and when from next time when you create a new branch, your all changes will be there. And so don't forget to merge your branch once you or merge your PR into the main branch. Okay, so that's how you have to review your code. Now it's time to implement the home page for our application. Now if you see inside this mockup, we have the sidebar. At the sidebar header, we have the application logo and the name, and then some option like home, project, inspiration. And currently, obviously, this particular mockup show it's a user is a new user and not sign in or sign up. So that's why at the header side we have this sign in and sign up button as well. And to the sidebar footer we don't have anything. But once user is signed in successfully, then the side footer will show a profile avatar along with the credits, and here as well it will replace with the actual avatar. Then we have the prompt box to enter the user prompt. So what Shopify pages he want to create, so he can enter it over here, and then we also have few suggestions for it. Okay, now prompt we are going to make it very simple. You have to upload this image, and along with that we just need to write implement this home page from this attach UI, as simple as that, and then AI agent will automatically understand it. Now there is an optional thing you can also mention inside the prompt that you can use the app logo and Shopify logo from the public folder. So basically inside the project under the public folder, I already added the logo for our application and the Shopify logo as well. And then we are going to simply attach this particular mockup design. So it is already available inside the TubeGuruji for download. So you can just open and save it, or you can just say copy image, then go to your Visual Studio, and then inside that you can simply open the Claude code. So let me open it in a big tab, and then you can paste this image, okay, which you just copied, and after that you can simply write the same prompt which we added, right? So implement this home page from this attach UI. But as I say, right, we also going to say also to use app logo and Shopee logo use from public folder. Now here once you add it, you can just add a slash and just type Jolli, and it will give you some command like Jolli local run, PR, recall, and everything. Now once you add the recall, it will understand the previous implementation, and then it will just pass to this particular session, as simple as that. And it will obviously avoid a lot of token usage. Okay, so that's why this Jolli recall will help you to get the context from the previous previous information. But we already added this particular instruction to our Agent.md file. Okay, so you don't need to do it again, and once you add this prompt, simply send it. Now our AI agent will automatically understand the requirements. It will scan this particular image, and then it will start reading all and each of the component. Now it might ask you a few questions for the confirmation, so make sure you will select the proper option for it. And if you see it's executing some of the commands, so we'll wait. Now it's saying that it will start implementing the home page based on the screenshot, and then it will say I will create a header component, sidebar component, and update the main page. Now obviously it will asking allow to write the header, so we'll say yes, allow all the edit this session. Okay, so otherwise it will ask you same question and again for each of the file. So better you can select give the permission for all edits. Now every time you might get this kind of permission option, right? And every time it will ask you, and obviously that's a little bit irritating if you want to give permission, right? So in that case I'm going to show you how can you fix this. Obviously you need to update the permission for your Claude code, okay, so that it will not ask you this kind of question again and again every time. So right now if you see, it's again asking me, so I'm just allowing us, but once it is implemented I will show you the best way to fix this. Okay, now right now if you see it's done. Okay, so home page is now implemented. Now inside this home page it added the header, okay, which is a fixed header with the app logo and brand name, along with the setting button for the sign in, sign up button as well. Then it also added a sidebar and home page along with the whatever the show inside that mockup. And there are some technical details like it updated the app/layout.tsx file, it added the header and sidebar component. It also installed the Lucid React icon library, okay, so it's very popular icon library and I will show you in a moment. Then it also fixed all the lint and TypeScript error, and then it successfully built it. Now let me show you what is Lucid React. Now lucid.dev is a very popular Lucid icon library, and if you see there are a lot of different icon and very easy to implement as well. So it uses this library. Now it also updated the the layout.tsx file. Now inside this layout.tsx file it made few changes because it added the header and the sidebar, and then it updated our page.tsx file. Okay, so let's test this out. So we'll go back to our application. So let's test this out. So we'll go back to our app, and if you see our home screen, now we have this beautiful sidebar along with the option which we mentioned, and then we have footer. On the right side we have the option to enter the prompt. This plus icon help us to upload the image. Obviously this functionality we did not add it yet, and the suggestion as well as per our mockup. So if you see our mockup design, which is pretty similar to what we or AI generated, right? And then at the bottom we have this banner. Perfect. Now this sign in, sign up button or setting icon currently is not working because this is just a UI. Even if you jump onto any of the pages, you will see it's saying 404. It means page is not found. But right now the main point in this chapter was to implement the home page so that we can add other functionality. Now once this is done, later on we are going to add authentication. We are going to set up a database and many other things. But before that, let's create a new branch in order to push these changes. So first thing, you have to create a new branch. So go to the branch, click create branch, and here we'll say home page. Okay, then hit enter. After that you have to stage all of these changes, and then you can generate a proper commit message using the AI. AI will help you to generate it. Also Jolli AI will automatically generate the memory, the space and everything for us, okay, with a proper structure once you make the commit. Now once you say commit, I'm going to push these changes, and then once you push the changes you can go back to the GitHub in order to create the pull request. You will get this pop-up as well. After that simply click create pull request, and then in a moment CodeRabbit will start reviewing your code. Okay, now talking about the Jolli AI, right, for the Jolli memory, right, if you go to this extension, if you see it's just working on the summary first, and obviously it's taking some time. So if you see over here as well, it's just checking all the information first, and then it will start generating the Jolli memory for us. Now under the memory bank, after that you will see with a proper structure. Now we'll wait for the CodeRabbit as well to review our complete PR, and once it's done we are going to check if there is any fixes or not. Now inside this Jolli memory that we implemented the home page and the header sidebar. Okay, so over here you will see the complete recap, what we implemented, what are the different feature we added, why we implemented these changes, and the decision behind the code. Okay, so everything is properly added inside this Jolli memory bank as well. And here you will see the how much it takes, how much token it uses, and how much it costs. So you will see the total cost as well. Now here CodeRabbit also completed his review, and here you will find all of this information. Okay, perfect. Now once it's done, you can simply merge your pull request and then say confirm merge. So it will merge your all the changes to the main branch. Now it's time to set up an authentication and database for our app. Now in order to access our application, user have to sign in. User will see this particular screen, but in order to enter the prompt and generate the pages, user has to sign in to our app. And that's why we need an authentication like sign in and sign up page. Also, in order to save all the application information, we need to set up a database. Now, in order to implement the authentication, database and even storage, we are going to use an InsForge. InsForge is a platform which provides all of these features. It's kind of an agent native cloud infrastructure platform. Now, this InsForge provide an PostgreSQL database, authentication, even cloud storage to save your images or upload any files, the edge function. It also has the vector and real-time database feature as well. You can even run the cron jobs, and there are a lot of different features you will find, even payment gateway or model gateway as well. Everything you can implement under one service, which is an InsForge. So recently in my many application I started using InsForge. So I will put the link in the description to get a free access to the InsForge. Make sure to sign up with that link and then simply navigate to the dashboard. On the dashboard, you have to create a new project. So make sure to create a new project from here. Now I already set up or already have the notes, okay, why we are using InsForge, what is the authentication flow, what is the database setup flow, everything is mentioned inside the note, and I also have the prompt for that one. Okay, now once you jump onto the dashboard, here you have option to create a new project. You can even connect with a coding agent to set up the InsForge, but let me show you this platform first. So here we'll give the name AI Shopify template builder and then select the nearest region to you and then click create project. Once the project is created, you will see all of these options like dashboard, authentication, database, storage and many other which you can explore inside this InsForge. Now in order to install the InsForge, you can use the CLI, or you can use whichever the agent you like. Now you can select whichever agent, for example, let's say Claude. Okay, here you will find the complete prompt and all of this information. Simply copy that. You also have the MCP. Now in order to set up a MCP, you have to install InsForge MCP first and then you can verify the connection as well. Okay, as we are using a VS Code, you can select other agent and then you can copy this code as it is in order to set up the InsForge. It also included the project ID, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, you also have option to generate the API key. Once you click on API key, you will get the project URL, API key and annotation key as well. Now once you copy the prompt, right, then we'll go back and let me close all of these first and we'll start with the new chart obviously. And inside this we'll simply paste the prompt. Now make sure to start with a new conversation, and this is just setting up the InsForge, which is a complete backend for our app, and then simply send it. Now here if you click on edit automatically, you can change the effort, you can edit automatically, or you can select the auto as well. Okay, and then simply send this. Now it will start looking and start installing this InsForge as well. Now in meantime, I just want to show you one more important thing. Here if you click slash, right, you will get some option, and let's say model option, right. Once you click model, you can check which model you are using, or if you want you can switch to a different model as well. So make sure to select a default model or the latest model if you are using Claude. If you are using Codex, then you can select some model from here. Okay, so here we have GPT 5.6, or you can even select 5.4, whichever you like it. And here the InsForge setup is now completed, right? And it's also saying that InsForge is fully set up and connected, and here is the summary. So here we have auth, project link and API base, and you can even verify by going to that particular
project setting. Then it will see check the region. Then it also install the skill for the InsForge. So if you go to the agents, and here you will see the InsForge project.json file, right? So it also has the skill. Then it will show you this all the command as well, and there are two important notes. So the link project account, this is the account and different from your session email. Okay, so that's completely fine, expected if you use separate account for InsForge, just flagging it. Okay, and then we have the database has no table yet. Per Agent.md, the info schema needs project pages and all of this information and some uncommitted changes. So right now we just leave this info setup as it is. Okay, it means our application is now set up with the InsForge. Now second important thing we need to do is to add an authentication with a sign in and sign up page. So I already have this prompt ready, and inside this prompt we are using a Jolli. So we are saying that okay, search Jolli for our previous homepage implementation and design decision. Then implement matching sign in and sign up page using InsForge. Okay, then here we'll say use InsForge MCP to connect InsForge for authentication and database. Or here obviously we have the setup, so if you don't want, you can just remove that. Here we'll say also once user sign up very first time, make sure to save that inside our database. So simply copy the same prompt, also available on tubeguruji.com, and then I will go back to the Visual Studio. I will start with a new conversation and simply paste it here. Okay, and then send it. Now what it will do, it will first check the Jolli memory. It will understand what are the different design decision, or Agent.md has all of the information, and if you see, it will start searching Jolli for our homepage work and inspecting the current project structure in parallel. Pretty cool, right? So it saves a lot of token, and if you see, it recall the Jolli memory as well. Now we'll just wait for the complete implementation.
A few moments later.
Now while implementing this feature, it asks one question that the InsForge key or bypass RLS, so it can't go in a browser code. How should Auth talk to InsForge? So here obviously you need to get the annotation key. Okay, so here we can select that this particular option. I will paste this annotation key and then simply submit this answer. So basically we need to get this annotation key. Now in order to get it, simply navigate to the InsForge, and under the setting you will get this API key as well. Okay, now this annotation key nothing but your API key. You just need to copy and then you have to paste it inside the .env file. Okay, so if you see, this is the last step which is remaining. Okay, so in .env.local we have to add this. Make sure, if you see, we have this .env.local file, and here we need to add this key. So simply I am going to paste this annotation key, which is nothing but the API key, I believe, and I think that's all we needed from our side. And right now if you see, I think it's look like it's implemented. Okay, so right now we already got this annotation key, but here we still have the step-by-step instruction that how to get this key and what it built. So basically it set up the proper backend. So it created a new table called profile, and then it also triggered this on auth user created functionality, which will save the new user information. Then on the front end side, it created this InsForge.ts file. So if I go to the lib folder, inside that you will see this InsForge.ts file, which contain the actual connection, right? So over here if you see, the InsForge initialization will be there. Then it added this auth provider.tsx file, and then we have the sign in and sign up page as well. Okay, now I think that's all we needed. So first we'll go ahead inside this InsForge, go to the database, and then here you will see this profile table is added. Now inside the profile table you will see few columns. Now inside the authentication, right, if you click on this auth method, we have this email password, Google Auth, and if you want you can even implement the GitHub Auth. Currently it uses a shared key, but later on you can switch this to your own key once you deploy your application to the production. Now let's test this out. So let's go to our app and click on sign in, and if you see, you jump onto this sign in screen. Cool, right? Pretty clean and simple. Also, if you click on sign up, it will navigate you to the sign up page where you can enter the username, email and the password. So if you want, you can even use this continue with Google option, and then it will navigate you to select the proper account. And if you see, now you successfully sign in to the platform. Perfect, right? Now obviously if you want, you can sign this out, and here I don't think so we had any setting page. But the important thing you have to check is you have to go to this InsForge database and make sure the new user information is added. So right now if you see, we have email, name, author URL and everything. Under the authentication, you will see the user sign up email ID and all the information. You also see which provider it sign up with and whether that email is verified, when it's created, everything you will find under this authentication. So that's how we have to add sign in and sign up option. Now there is a small thing that we are going to update. Now on the sidebar, we want to show on the left side the user information. Okay, so let's update it. So inside the Visual Studio, maybe we can start with a new conversation, okay, because we don't want to send this unwanted context. So here we can simply say, once user sign in successfully, make sure to show user author and profile in sidebar footer section. And I think that's what we needed. Okay, clean and simple, and then simply send this. Now once you send, what it will do, it will just add this information along with the author to the sidebar footer, so it looks much better. And later on we can add the setting option or credit option over there. And if you see, it's implemented as well. So over here, what are the things are changed, everything is mentioned. But in order to verify, you will see the user author as well along with the username and option to sign out. So that's what we wanted. Perfect. So that's how you have to add this sign in and sign up along with the authentication and database setup. Now it's time to push our code, and also once you commit your changes, it will automatically generate a Jolli memory as well. So we'll go ahead. So we'll go to the source control. We'll stage all of these changes first. Okay, make sure to stage it. Then we'll also create a new branch, and here we'll say Auth and DB Setup. Hit enter. Here once you hit enter, make sure it will check out, so you are on that particular branch which we just created. Then you can give the commit message. Now with this, with the help of AI, it will give you the proper commit message, that what are the things you added and everything, and simply say commit. Once you commit these changes, make sure to push your code, okay, so that whatever the changes you made, it will push to your branch, and then we'll go to the GitHub in order to create the pull request. So over here you will get an option to create a pull request as well, okay, and then simply click create pull request. Once the pull request is created, you have to just wait for a few seconds so that CodeRabbit will start reviewing your code. And once the code is reviewed, you can simply check each comment made by the CodeRabbit and then make sure to fix those, because CodeRabbit also give you the suggestion as well as an AI agentic prompt which you can directly copy and paste it inside your IDE, so that it will fix it, and once it fixed, you can push those code as well. Now CodeRabbit also recently launched very new feature, which is a review UI. So basically you will get this review changes tag button option. Just click on it and then it will navigate to that particular application where you can compare the changes which you made, and basically it give you proper documentation for the each changes which you made. So right now if you see, there are a few different changes it happened, so like additional changes, authentication, navigation and many other things. and you can compare it side by side from the previous and the current one. Now the most interesting part about this review UI is if you see this show layer context panel icon, just click on it and it will give you the each line explanation. Okay, so for example the 46 to 70 line, right, what are the things it implemented, it properly explain it for you. Okay, so any developer will understand what are the things it implemented, and you can go to this any section and then you will find the proper line, what are the changes it made, what this line does, and everything in detail. Okay, you can even add your own comment so that other developer will understand it. Okay, now this is currently in the preview mode, but you can obviously explore it in more detail. You will also find a diagram section where it will generate the proper diagram based on the PR which you raise, right? So obviously we added this authentication flow, so that's why it generated this beautiful diagram as well. But this review UI is quite helpful for any developer who really want to review their code and then want to understand as well. Okay, now let's move back to our GitHub. So I will go back, and then you can simply wait for the complete review. In meantime, you can also check the memory bank. Okay, so here if you see we have this Auth Db Setup, and here you will find the how much token it costs to implement this feature, your complete memory, why these changes, decision behind the code, and many other things. That's pretty cool. So if you have any question, any doubt related to this particular chapter, let me know in the comment section. Now once user enter the prompt and click submit, we want to create a new project behind the scene and we want to navigate to the new screen. So this is how the screen will look like. This is nothing but the editor page. So first, when user enter the prompt, we are going to create a new project and we are going to save it to our database, and then we are going to navigate to this editor page. Now on this editor page, if you carefully observe, on the left side we have the chart box and we don't have any sidebar. Okay, so it's a new page. And then on the right side we are having this tab kind of section where each tab belongs to a single page, and you also have option to export as a Shopify, a zip, or you can even preview it, right, and then save button. Obviously I kept this blank because in this particular chapter we are mainly focusing on creating a new project, saving it, and then navigating this new page along with the UI implementation for the editor page. So I already have the prompt, simply copy this prompt. So both these prompts are same, so you can either use eraser or you can simply go to the prompt box, because here you will find the mockup design as well. Now after that, let's go back to our Visual Studio and I will start with a new session. So here we'll create a new session and simply enter the prompt. Now if you type /Jolli, right, you can use a Jolli recall, and then you can type that refer the previous implementation design. Okay, so that also you can mention it. Now after this, simply click submit, but make sure before submitting you have to attach this particular mockup, because we also mentioned that implement this page UI UX as per the attached mockup design. So from the notes I am going to download this image, or you can simply say copy the image and then make sure to attach it and then send. Okay, so you don't need to mention each detail because AI will automatically scan our image, our mockup design, and based on that it will start implementing it. So we'll wait for the implementation. Now another important thing, if you want to generate the plan before implementation, you also have the option. So over here under the auto you have option called plan. So it will generate the plan first and then it will start implementing. So either option you can choose it. Now we'll wait for the complete implementation.
A few moments later.
Now once it is implemented, so you will see some of the changes it made. So very first thing, it added a new table called project inside the InsForge database, okay, and with this all the column and all. Then it added the project.ts file in order to create a project and get the project information as well. Then the home page is now connected to this editor page, and if you see, it created a new route as well, where you have to go to this /editor, then the project ID, and then we have this page implemented. Okay, now inside this, if you see under the app, we have this editor page, and then we have the dynamic route. That's why it mentioned inside the square bracket, the folder name is in the square braces, and then project ID as the dynamic value, and then we have the page.tsx file. Okay, perfect. Now if I go back to our application, and you can enter anything. Okay, so let's say you want to create a landing page for grocery e-commerce store. Okay, and then simply click send, and if you see, we have this beautiful loading, and then it navigates to that particular page. So right now if you see, we have this new page. On the left side you will see the chart box, and on the right side it will show actual page implementation. Okay, you will see in the live mode. We also have drop down to export to Shopify, download the zip, and all of this information, and then save button. Now at the top you also have option to add a new page. Okay, so currently you can add as many pages you want, so that feature we are going to add. Only thing that is I will say we can update it is this particular header section. Okay, we want a tab like structure instead of these chips, so that we can update. But other than that, I think everything looks good, because we want the left side chat box, and on the right side you will see the actual live preview. So let's update this top section, and whenever you want to update, either you can update inside the same box, okay, or you can just start with a new session, but I will use the existing one. So here we'll say so here inside the editor page, make sure to change the screen chips /tab at header with actual tabs like browser. Okay, and move that below tab inside editor preview section. Here we say right to chart box and below header. Okay, so we want this over here, okay, not on inside the header. So that's what we mentioned. I think that's all we need. Let's send this, because once it's implemented, then you will see this particular section will move. But other than that, I feel everything is look good. Okay, obviously you have option to update as per your requirements. You can also have option to preview it by removing this new chart section. So you also have that option. Now let's wait for this implementation, and once it is implemented, we can just go ahead and check it out. And now if you see, we have this beautiful section. Obviously you can change this tab and it more like a browser. Okay, and that's what we wanted. Now you can switch this to mobile view or desktop view as well. Okay, pretty cool. If you don't want this padding, you can just remove this padding as well. So it's very easy. Maybe you can simply go to the editor page.tsx file, and then let me move this, and inside this editor preview section, go to this editor preview component, and inside this editor preview you will find the padding right for this particular section. I will remove that and save it, and now I think we got little bit extra space as well. But it's totally up to you what are the things you want on the screen and what not. But for now I think this feels much better, and that's why I will keep this design as it is. I will put the screenshot of this particular screen so that you can use those in order to build it. But for now, make sure your editor page layout is ready. If you have question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. And one more important thing to verify that inside your database, the new table is created called project, and then when we enter any new prompt, right, it will automatically create a new project for us. See, right? Now there are a lot of different features that we are going to add, but for now make sure whatever we implemented until these points you also implemented, okay, and it's working. Now next thing, we have to push our code. So we'll go to the source control, and then we are going to create a new branch first, and then we give the branch name as editor page layout and new project creation, or new project create, or you say create new project. Hit enter. You can stage all of these changes and make sure to add a proper commit message, and then simply say commit. After this, you have to push your code. Obviously, once you commit and push the code, Jolli AI will automatically start writing a memory for you. And in order to create or review our PR, you have to create the pull request first, and then once the pull request is created, CodeRabbit will automatically start reviewing your code. And if you see, CodeRabbit already added a comment for our code. Okay, so everything look good. There is not that much changes needed. But the interesting thing about this CodeRabbit with this review changes tag. Okay, so if you navigate to there, it will explain you each code inside this review and what are the changes from the previous and the current one. So here you can even compare it as well. Then you will find a summarize, and it will show you the proper line by line explanation. Also, if for your developers or colleague, right, you can add a comment if you want to add any. But other than that, everything's look good. If AI give any comment, that comment will display under this comment section as well. So I think we are good on that part. Let's merge our branch to the main branch. So we'll click merge, and then it will merge to the main branch. Perfect. Now we have the editor layout. Now it's time to implement the actual logic behind the chat box and the page generation. Okay, so basically when user navigate to the editor page after entering the prompt, then we need to make sure our application is connected to the AI model, and for that one we are going to use a Gemini AI model, because for new user, if they don't want to pay, it's free. Okay, but there are other options which I'm going to show you. Then AI will start generating the web page, and those web page we are getting the response in the streaming format, so that we'll get a live preview while generating the each page section. Okay, and we are also making sure our chat box is integrated with the AI, so that you can chat and you can ask any modification or anything inside this chat box as well, and you will see the generative UI response or loading inside this chat box. Okay, so I already have the prompt ready for it. Now whatever I show you the step by step, that prompt is divided proper way. Okay, so if you see over here, we have this proper prompt in order to generate and implement this particular feature. So this prompt also available on the TubeGuruji, or you can simply copy it from this eraser doc. Now let me refresh this page. So over here, if I go to this chapter 8, you will find the notes as well. Okay, and then simply copy this code. Now you don't need to attach because we already have the layout ready. Now next thing, I will start a new session, and then I will paste this complete prompt. Now before that, in order to get the Gemini API key, you can simply navigate to the aistudio.google.com, and on this one you have option to generate the key. Okay, if you don't have already. Now we'll add that key later on, but the most important thing, click on this get code and select the TypeScript. Here you have to pass this code snippet, okay, so that our AI agent will understand how to implement this particular Gemini HDK or Gemini API model. Okay, so basically you can select the Gemini, and whichever model you like, you can select that particular model, and then under the get code, simply you can copy this code as it is. So maybe we'll say copy, then we'll go to this Visual Studio, and at the end you can paste this code as well. Okay, so this is just for the understanding purpose. So Claude Code don't need to find it on the internet and waste the token, right? You can, once you pass it, that will be good. And the last important thing, you can also send which model you want to use. So I will use the flash model, okay, or let's use this cheapest model, which is a flashlight. I think that's also good one. And here we'll say, okay, that's already their model name, the preview one. I think this is fine, and let's send this. Now let's wait for this complete implementation. The Claude will automatically read all the information, it will plan it, and then it will start implementing.
A few moments later.
So once it is implemented, over here you will see some of the changes it made. It also implemented the AI model and it using a Gemini. Then there are two phase turn, one page per turn, and your product rule. So they also added few rule as well, and then you can even verify. Now very important thing that we need to do inside the .env.local file, we need to add this Gemini API key. Okay, so if I go to this .env.local file, you will see we have an option to add a Gemini API key. Then you have to update this AI model as well. So if I go over here and search for the model which you want to use, right, simply copy that model name, and then you have to paste it here, because this Gemini 2.5 flash might not work. Then in order to generate this API key, go to this API key, then you can select the create API key, give the API key name, and simply click create key. Then copy that API key and paste it here, and then you are good to test this out. Okay, so let's test this out quickly. Now once you reload your application, you will see that it's saying creating a landing page for a grocery e-commerce store. Okay, and it's showing some kind of loading state. So we'll wait, and if you see, it's also implemented very quickly. Okay, so let me try with something different, and right now you might see some of the images are missing and many other things are missing. That will fix it in a moment. Also other page are not ready, okay, because we only inform to the AI model to generate one page at a time. So let's try something different. So I will go back to our home page, and here we'll just say add create toy selling e-commerce web page landing screen, and then simply send this. Once you send, it will start working on your request. So for some reason it gets stuck and also not showing any streaming response. So we have to fix that. So we'll go back to our Visual Studio, and then we are going to enter that particular issue. So over here we'll say it's not generating any web page code and also not showing any streaming response. So with live web page preview, so make sure it will call AI model to generate web page with streaming response and immediately display the result. Okay, so let's send this one. So obviously it will inspect the actual issue, and then it will understand and it will fix it. Okay, so right now if you see, it's saying that okay, it's going to diagnosis against the live model with the real key and starting a dev server and making the real request. Now once it is implemented, now let's test this out, because it's showing it fixed that issue, and I also restarted my application. Now here let's go ahead and here we can enter implement grocery store landing page for e-commerce. Okay, and then simply send it. Now we already mentioned that we want a streaming response. So right now if you see it start generating the home screen for landing screen, and then you will see the live response, the live preview, right? On this one, if you see it start generating the each pages, the images, everything. Pretty cool, right? And you will see in the live way as well. Obviously if the images are missing, that's completely fine because we will implement that later on. But the main thing here is to add this feature where you can easily see the live preview, and we mentioned that okay, we just want a landing screen, and that's why generating this beautiful landing screen as well. Pretty cool, right? Now another interesting part here is you can switch this to a tab mode or even mobile view, and the design is completely responsive. On the left side if you see it gives us that okay, the preview is updated, and then it's updated and implemented this page as well. Okay, so that's how guys you have to implement this live preview feature and generating the web page. Now the next thing we need to focus is to update this image because many images are broken, right? And we have to make sure it's updated properly with the option to edit the images and many other things. But for now, make sure you have this particular implementation ready. Now I also entered that we want to generate an category page section. Okay, and if you see it's already started the category page section with the proper produced in that particular group, and here we have the home page. On the different tab you will see this produce section with all this beautiful design. Okay, so you can tell to this AI in order to implement any of this feature. Now after that we are going to push these changes because in next part we will implement some extra feature in this. Okay, so let's go ahead inside this source control, and I will create a new branch first. We'll give branch name, we call editor web page builder using AI. Then hit enter. Then we'll add proper commit message, and then we are going to commit all of these changes. Make sure to push these changes so that you can create the pull request, and with the help of CodeRabbit you can review your code. You will also generate this beautiful explanation line by line inside the review UI which is provided by the CodeRabbit. Okay, so just wait for a few minutes so that CodeRabbit will properly review your code, and at the end make sure to merge your pull request. And once CodeRabbit review our code, you can check the review change tag by comparing your previous and the new code along with the line by line explanation and some inline code as well. Okay, perfect. And once you are happy with all the changes, you can simply merge your pull request to the main branch so that it will be merged to the main. So and next time when you create a new branch, your code will be up to date. Now in this chapter we are going to fix few issues. The very first thing, when we generate any web page, it's not saving the code into our database. So that is the first issue we need to fix. Second thing, we need to make sure our AI agent will generate a connected apps. Means when you say an AI agent to generate another page, then it makes sure it will connect to the other page as well, and it will only update that piece of code. Okay, so that's what these two things we need to fix it. So we'll go back, and then inside the new tab, so we'll create a new Claude session, and here we're gonna simply mention let's or here we say when AI generate web page code, then after generating final result, make sure to save chart and generated web page code to database. Make sure to create proper tables. Okay, so that is the first thing. And whenever user open that project with project ID, it should load the web page which is saved before. Okay, so we also want to save and make sure to load it again. Second important thing, whenever AI generating web page, make sure it is properly connected to each other pages. So it should not rebuild or regenerate complete code, rather update piece of code in the project, and also make sure it properly updated in database as well. Okay, so that is the another thing we mentioned. Also, we have to make sure if user want to create new pages in same project, make sure to create that in as a new page in new tab in existing project. Okay, so I think that's all overall things that we want to add. Okay, let's send this all the requests, okay, which we want to fix it, because this is very important part inside our flow. If obviously if the code is not get saved, doesn't make any sense. So that's why we want to save all the generated code information. So once it's built it, then we're gonna test this out and we'll verify that it's working as expected. So right now agent already created a different task. Okay, and if you see there are create project pages and project message table task, and there are others, and it's implementing and executing one by one. Now it look like it's implemented, and these are some of the changes it made. So it updated the database and created two new column. So one is project pages and another is project messages. Then it added two pages.ts and messages.ts inside the lib folder, that is the db logic. Then we have the save and load more project id, okay, in order to save and get the project information. Okay, and few more interesting thing it's implemented. Okay, so there are two limitations worth nothing, so that's we can just ignore it, but we can test this out. So let's refresh it and let's create some landing or some page. So here we'll say generate 3D printing e-commerce website, and here we'll say 3D printing kitchen e-commerce website. Okay, and then let's generate it. Now I'm trying some different e-commerce website which is not common. Okay, and that's the reason I'm adding this kind of topic or asking to generate this kind of topic. And now if you see, it start generating the web page. Pretty cool, right? And you will see that in a real time as well. You can ignore the image thing because we are going to implement very interesting image service functionality in order to integrate the images and all. Okay, but for now our main focus is to generate the web page. And if you see, the web page is now generated. Here we have extra information as well. So let's say you want to implement a collection page. So here we can say now let's generate kitchen collection page, and then let's send that. In meantime, obviously you can check that kitchen collection is now started generating, say. Okay, and over here we will see the detail as well, and you can see that in a real time. So that's look pretty good. And most interesting thing, you can check this in a different view because this is completely responsive. If you see this theme color and everything, that is also matching because it makes sure it follow the same design pattern as well. Now if you think that we need a separate CSS, right, in order to manage this, you can even add that too. So you can even fix this. So here we can say to keep the design styling or style consistent across different pages, make sure to create one CSS file, or here we say one global CSS file, and save that to, which is applied to the project level, so that it will keep design, theme, logos, some other important and common reusable component same. Okay, if it create multiple component pages, then make sure to save all. So obviously we just mentioned that we want to keep the design style consistent, so you can create one global CSS file, and also you can create a multiple reusable component that also help us, right, to reuse that particular component. So let's send that as well. So this kind of small thing you have to fix it. This is very important, right, because next we are going to implement an interesting thing, which is an inline editing, okay, which is very interesting topic. And same way you can user can implement the product detail page, cart page, checkout, and this is the basic I will say most interesting e-commerce website structure, right, that you need a landing page, you need a collection page, product detail, and everything, because at the last we are going to export this into a Shopify, and then you can implement or add any Shopify collection and attach to your existing generated web page. So that's the whole idea behind this particular platform. Now once it is implemented, you will see how it works section and how you can test it. Now first we have to create a project, then the first response now emit a theme, then the page render using a shared header, navigation button, card, footer style. Then ask for another page, it will reuse the same component, color, page, logo, and reload, confirm the theme, and all pages persist. Okay, then edit an element, stay on a brand. Okay, it edit a prompt, get the style guide, and reload and confirm. Okay, so these are some testing scenario, and here you will find that how it works section. Okay, so theme will generate at the start and before generating the first page. Now you might see the generating the page creation little bit in a delay because it will generate the theme first, and that's what we wanted. So let's go ahead and check it out. So right now let's say grocery e-commerce website. Okay, so you can even enter that much, and then it will navigate to our editor. Now editor will automatically first will generate the theme, okay, and then it will start generating the page. Now obviously it will take a few seconds, and then it will start generating the home page. And right now if you see, it generating this beautiful home page in real time. Now you just need to wait because it's still generating, and here if you see we have the shop by category, then trending grocery with this beautiful add to cart icon, and now you will see the button style, everything will be same throughout the different pages, because now after that we'll try to create this grocery collection page as well. Now once it finished, we'll say now let's generate grocery collection. This is the collection page. Okay, so obviously it will reuse the existing page, and right now if you see, it automatically switch to this second browser because that's what it's building. And now if you see the logo, the style, the color combination is everything is same. okay, because it's reusing the existing component, and now it start implementing that one as well, because we want to keep the design, color, theme, styling consistent throughout the different pages. And that's how you have to update your requirements so that you will get a proper result. Right now I'm using very cheap or less model, okay, but from the Gemini you can use a high end model like Gemini 3.5 Flash, which is very faster, or you can use a Flash Lite or Preview, okay, but which will give you the better result. Not necessary that you have to use a Gemini, but you can even use any other model from the Open Router as well, because Open Router also provide you the free model without any limitation. So you have to go ahead and check it out, the free model, or you can use any paid model with a low cost, okay, which will give you the better result. Now after implementing this fix, I'm going to push our code. So let's go ahead to the source control. We'll create a new branch for this change. Here we'll say editor page fix. Then we'll stage all of these changes. We'll also update the commit message, and then we are going to simply commit our changes. Once you commit and push your changes, the Jolli memory will automatically start creating the memory for you, because it helps us to save a lot of tokens, okay. And if I go to this Jolli memory, you will see the memory bank, and inside the memory bank you will see all your usage, how much it cost, how many token it used, then the quick recap, and anytime you can come back and check this out, okay. Now let's go back to our GitHub, because we want to create a pull request so that CodeRabbit can review our code, okay. And reviewing code is very important. Having a CodeRabbit integrated to your repo is similar to having a senior developer who is taking care of reviewing your code, okay, and suggesting if there is any changes. And once CodeRabbit commented and review our code, you can see all the comments and as well as the review changes tag, so that you will see the line by line explanation if you want to know what are the changes it made from the previous code. And once you are happy with all the changes, you can simply merge your pull request to the main branch. Now let's add one of the interesting feature of this application is that inline editing. So if you see inside this mockup, when user hover on any of this section, right, we want to show this bubble, and on that bubble we want to show some option like editing a text or change image or edit styling, or you can even ask AI to update that particular section. So you don't need to redesign complete page, right, which obviously will save users token. So in order to implement this particular inline editing feature, I already wrote a prompt, and inside the prompt we just mention what we need, what are different features we need, and on a hover we want to show this bubble, and on the click of it we again want to expand this pop over bubble so that it will add extra section, okay. So it's very straightforward. So simply you can copy this prompt as it is, then we'll go to the Visual Studio, we'll start with the new Claude session, and then you can simply implement it. Now you can use a Jolli memory, so we'll say a Jolli recall, okay, and once you add that Jolli recall, right, it will understand some basic implementation which we made previously. And if you see, it's fetch all the data, right, so you don't need to mention each and every detail, it will automatically fetch detail for us, and it will not use that much token because it's a memory it fetches from your local, okay. Once you have that, now you can simply paste your prompt, something like this, and then simply hit enter. Now it will start implementing it. So the idea is we want to get updated result, and whatever update you made inside the inline editing, we also mentioned that we want to save those detail into a database, so it will just update the existing code base after making the changes. Now we'll wait for this final implementation. Now it look like it's implemented, and it mentioned what it built. Okay, so on hover, obviously it will show you the floating toolbar with the proper options and everything. Okay, so everything's look good. So if I go over here, and then you will see an option to edit it. Okay, just click on it, it will enable the edit mode, and then you will see this hover. Okay, that's look good. But there is a one issue I found. So where I try, if I select this, right, and if I try to go on that particular one, it go to the top because it's above that particular section and it's not allowing me. But other than that, if I go to and change here, so let's say home page, and if I say done, it will, you will see it's edited, right? You can also see that if I want, I can change the background color. Okay, it means I can update the styling, or if I want, I can increase the font size. You can align the text left align, you can add more padding to it and other styling. Okay, that is also get applied. That's a good thing. Also, if you want, you can add a multiple copy paste. If you don't want any of this, you can delete one of them. You can even move the section up and down. Okay, something like this. So for example, if you want to move this down and another one is up, you can do it. But we have to fix this bubble thing, because right now if I select this, it's not allowing me to properly select. So that is the another thing. Second, we want to increase this editor size little bit. Okay, and then I think that's the only thing we need to fix it. Yeah, and one more important thing, it's not going to the inside section. If you see, right, I cannot edit inside this, so it only select that particular section but not inner section. So that also we need to add. So let's go ahead and update it. So first we'll say let's increase the size of bubble popover tool section, a toolbar we'll say. Then make sure to show that toolbar inside the section area so that it can easily select, or else and we can say, and also make sure it's draggable if needed. Okay, so it can easily draggable as well. Currently it only select outer element and not inner part of any element. So make sure it will also add inline editing for inside section part. Okay, so basically we want to edit this one. Obviously when you click on edit mode, right, so right now obviously it's not I'm not able to select it, but you can even this text, for example over here, right, if I want to change the text of this one, I can change the text or anything like this, say, right. So that is possible, but we want more editing feature in that, in this. Also you can add this AI feature. So for example, if I say I want floating header with rounded corner, right, and if I say apply changes, basically on the left side you will see it's updating the home page header to the floating one, and then it will update this. But right now other than that we need these fixes, so I will just going to send this, and then we'll wait for this fix. And if you see, when whatever we told AI, it just updated this floating bar or floating header as well with a rounded corner. Okay, so that's pretty much good, but only thing we need to update with a extra edit feature. Now once it is implemented, you can simply test this out. So over here I will enable this edit mode, and now you will see this icon or toolbar, or we can call popover action bar size is now changed. Now you have option to select the inner element as well, and once you select, you can move this. Okay, then you can enable and here you can change the name, whatever the things you want. So here we'll say freshness delivered to your doorstep, or quickly, we'll say quickly freshness delivered to your doorstep. If you want to change the size, you can just change this size as well. So right now it's change the size of other element as well. Then if you want to duplicate, you can duplicate that. If you want to change the background color, let's try, because it's you can apply whichever background color you want. You can change the name, you can even add the padding and everything, see, something like this, right? Then if you want to change this particular section, or you want to change this complete section, you can even change it. You can tell to the AI, let's redesign this section, and then click apply changes. That particular changes will send to this chart, so that it will be on the record, and here if you see, it will update that particular section in a moment. Okay, after that, I think that's the only thing we want, and you can see you can do all the inline editing and other details. Now over here it asks, could you let me know which specific part page you are referring to. So here we'll say hero section, right, and then simply send this, and here you will see it's redesign this completely with a new design. Okay, because that's what we mentioned, so that's look good. Also you can try with the other editing feature. For example, if you want to replace the image, or if you want to add new image, you can add that. But for the image transformation or image generation, we are going to use an Imagekit, which we will see in the next chapter, how dynamically we can generate the images, so that you will not get this kind of broken images at all. Okay, other than that, everything look good to me. Okay, if you don't want any section, for example, if you want to remove this particular section, you have option to remove that with a confirmation. Okay, and once you click delete, it will delete it. But if you have any question, any doubt until this point inside this inline editing, let me know in the comment section, because you can edit whichever page you want. Okay, so if I go to the next another tab, you have option to edit that as well. Pretty nice, right? So that's how the inline editing will work. And make sure to add this feature. This feature will make your application more impactful, and it give you the better feature than any other platform in the market. Now it's time to push our code. So I will go to this source control, we'll create a new branch, and I will name it as inline web page editing popover action bar, or we'll say toolbar. Then we'll stage all of these changes, and then we'll use AI to write the commit message. Once you commit these changes, make sure to push your changes to this branch. In meantime, in the background, Jolli AI memory will generate. But if you go to the repo, you will get an option to create the pull request. Once you create the pull request, just wait for a few moments, so that CodeRabbit will trigger and it will start reviewing your code. Now anytime you can go to the CodeRabbit's review UI platform, where you can see all the comments made on your PR, or the complete summary of the code changes as well. And after reviewing complete code and fixing all the things, you can simply merge it. Now the interesting fact about the CodeRabbit, for example in this one, right, it added a comment that pending inline edit timers can risk correct and deleted cleared page, right? So in order to fix this, you will see the suggested cleanup, okay, what you can implement. Either you can take a reference of that, but if you want to use an AI agent to fix it, they also give you the prompt. Simply copy this prompt, go back to your Visual Studio, and then paste it here, and after that it will make the fix. Make sure to push it, and then you will not see this comment anymore. That's how easy it is with the CodeRabbit. But after this, once you can review all the code, and then once you are happy with it, then simply merge it to your main branch. Now generating this image or changing this image optimized as per our design, it's a little bit challenging because you need some image generation AI model in order to generate it. But what if I told you there is one tool called Imagekit? Imagekit helps us to transfer and deliver optimized images and video in real time. You can simply enter the image prompt inside the URL and that's all. It automatically generates an image for you, and that's what we are going to integrate. But not only that, Imagekit also provides an AI transformation for image and the video. You can optimize and transform the image. You can also transform and optimize a video as well. You can even generate the images, remove the background, and there are a lot of different AI transformation features you will find with the Imagekit. Now recently they introduced a creative automation tool where you can build on the brand template directly based on the whatever the Excel sheet you have, right? You can directly generate a bunch of bulk images based on your data. That is also possible with the Imagekit, and that's what we are looking in this particular project. We are going to integrate this Imagekit. Now Imagekit also helps us to store all our files and images, so that is another advantage. And in order to get a free access to the Imagekit, make sure to click the link in the description and sign up with that particular link, and then simply sign up or sign in, and then you will navigate to the dashboard. Here if you see, there are a lot of my personal project already running or using this Imagekit. Okay, I use for the image transformation, I also use it for the file storage, and there are a lot of different use cases you will find with this Imagekit. Now in order to get the Imagekit API key and all, you have to go to the developer option, and here you will find the public key, URL endpoint, Imagekit ID, and the private key as well. You also have option to create a new key. Okay, now they have very rich documentation. Now inside the documentation, if you want to resize or crop the image, you can do it just by entering inside the URL. You don't need to edit or anything you have to specially do. You can add overlay on your image. You can do some AI transformation like removing the background or changing the background of the image. Then if you see, this is how you can change, and it's a very realistic as well. It will give you the realistic output. Then you can even customize the size and the position. You can even use a text prompt to generate and edit your images, and there are many AI transformation features you will find with this Imagekit, and that's why we selected this Imagekit in order to integrate inside our application. Okay, now what you have to do, simply go to the Visual Studio, and I will start with a new Claude session. Then simply come to the documentation, and here you have option called build with AI. Here you have option to connect with the MCP server, agent skill, or a plain text. Now we are using a VS Code, Claude code. Okay, so over here you have plugin, or manually also you can implement it. So whichever option is fit for you, you can simply copy that. Okay, so let's copy with this skill. Then I will go back to the Visual Studio. Either you can enter it here. Okay, and then we can mention, let's add Imagekit skills, and we want to integrate inside our app. So all images while generating a web page, use Imagekit for those image URL. Pass correct prompt to generate images using Imagekit. Okay, so this is the feature that we want to add. Also in Inline Editing toolbar, add option to generate image as well as add some AI image transformation feature from Imagekit and properly add option to select inside action pop over section. Okay, so that also we want to implement. I think that's pretty much you can inform. Okay, and at the last we'll say use proper Imagekit skills to implement it. Okay, now obviously when you generate or pass the Imagekit URL, it might take some time, so you can say also add fallback image for Imagekit URL. If it take time to load, then show some fallback image URL or image, you can say like that. Okay, and then hit enter. Now this Imagekit will integrate. First it will install the skill, okay, and then with the help of that skill it will integrate the Imagekit inside our app. And then as you know that we already have this image section. Okay, so right now it's missing because we don't have that option anymore, right? Basically when you hover on this, then you will see this image option. Right now here you will get an option to create a new image, or here you can simply enter the prompt to generate a new image as well. Now we'll wait for the implementation, and once it is implemented you will see the complete summary. So generated page image now come from the Imagekit. Okay, and then also it updated the inline toolbar with the Imagekit action popover, then loading and fallback handling as well. So if the Imagekit URL takes some time to load it or to generate the image, in meantime it will show the fallback URL. Then we also have this endpoint that we have to update inside the .env.local file. I think that's pretty much all. So what we'll need to do first, in order to get this Imagekit URL endpoint, you simply navigate to the Imagekit and copy this endpoint, and then inside the .env you have to add it. So here I added this Imagekit URL. Okay, now you can test this out. So I will go back and we'll create a new page. So here we'll say cosmetic e-commerce website build, then simply send it, and then you just need to wait for the implementation. So the thing is first it will generate the theme, as you know that, and then it will start implementing the pages, and you will see the result in real time. So over here it will generate this beautiful design. So right now on this particular one, the Imagekit will automatically reload it. Okay, so you just need to wait for few seconds in order to load it, and for each of them it will generate a proper Imagekit URL, which I'm going to show you. And if you see, it generated the matching theme based image as well, and for each of them, see how cool, right? Now even if I copy this image address and open in a new tab, you will see it generated from the Imagekit. Okay, and it also pass this particular prompt in order to generate a matching design or matching image for this one. Pretty cool, right? And that's how professionally the web page is ready. Right now, another important thing, if you want to change this image, click on edit, because we are in the edit mode, and then here you have option to change. You can either choose this file, or you can even generate the new image. Now you also have AI transformation feature if you want to remove the background, upscale the image, or retouch it, or you can even add a drop shadow. Okay, if you want to replace the background, you can just tell to add the or change the background. So here we'll say let's add sunset background. Okay, and then click apply. So within a few seconds it will add that background. You can even edit this image if you want to, and if you want to replace the complete image, you can just update the prompt and then it will generate and replace this complete image. Right now if you see, it updated image with the sunset background, and it makes sure that that background should match with our theme. Okay, so same thing you can do to the any image. That's how easy it is with the Imagekit. No image generation needed. When you want to edit, you can simply edit with the help of Imagekit AI transformation. Okay, so if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Now it's time to push our code. So because whatever the functionality we just checked for the Imagekit integration is working as expected, so we are ready to push our code. So in order to push, first I will create a branch, and here we'll say Imagekit setup. Then I will stage all of these changes, and then we'll write a commit message. After that, simply say commit, and then you have to push your code. And in meantime, Jolli memory will start working on generating the memory for us. So then next time you don't need to spend lot of token. Jolli memory recall can help us. Now I'll go back to our pull request, and here from we can create the pull request. Here we'll say create pull request, and then we have this complete summary. But the interesting thing is CodeRabbit also generate a proper summary whatever the changes you made for that particular PR. Okay, so just need to wait so that CodeRabbit will review your PR, and then after finishing you can simply merge your code or merge your PR to the main branch. Now it's time to export our website into a Shopify template so that you can easily import it. So we already have this export to Shopify button, and on the click of that we want to export it. But before that, let's understand the Shopify theme architecture. So if you want to learn more about the architecture, you can simply go to the shopify.dev, and here you will understand how the Shopify template works, how the theme works, the complete architecture, what are the different terms like layout, template, everything will explain inside the doc. But let me explain you in a short. So the big idea is a Shopify theme is a set of files that control your store layout, sections, style, and content. Okay, the core structure is it consists of layout, template, section, snippet, the assets, config folder. Now the important folder in that one is a layout, and if you see we have this theme.liquid. So most of the files are extension is with a .liquid. Okay, so which is based on the Shopify. Then we also have template folder, the section folder nothing but the reusable page sections. The snippet is nothing but a small reusable part. Then the assets folder which contain your image, CSS, JavaScript file, the config for the theme setting, and the local for the language purpose. Okay, so these are some must have the files that it need to be there, and how it should work, so that is also mentioned. So this notes is very important in order to understand this Shopify complete architecture. So basically this notes also available on the tubeguruji.com. It's free, so you can just go ahead and check this out. Okay, so under the view notes you will find these notes. Now I already have the prompt ready for it. You can simply copy this prompt as it is, and then you can paste it. So this prompt is little bit bigger because I explain each detail, because we don't want to miss any information while implementing. Okay, also when user click on export to Shopify, it will show a dialog, and on that dialog it will start generating with a proper progress bar. Okay, and once it's generated, it will save the zip file, because it will convert into a zip file into InsForge storage, because InsForge also provide a storage capability where you can simply store inside the bucket. Okay, pretty cool. So you don't need to look for any third-party service. The InsForge has the storage service as well, and then later on anytime you can access your Shopify template from here, or you can regenerate it. So let's go ahead. I will start with a new Claude session, and I'm gonna paste this complete prompt, and then simply send it. Now you just need to sit, relax, and just wait for the complete implementation, because right now it will start looking all the necessary files. Obviously in our agent we already mentioned that to use a Jolli memory, so it will be easy and fast, and it will use a minimum token. Now while generating, it asks some questions. So it's saying the generated pages use a raw Tailwind utility classes. So for this one, make sure to select this bundle static Tailwind CSS assets. Then for the execution, here the question is, where should the export pipeline HTML to liquid conversion or zip building run? Okay, so you can either do the client side in a lib Shopify module which matches the existing architecture and convert in determining to need a no secret storage upload users assign user JWT logic stay in lib folder component stay thin, or you can even run on the server API. Now server API is a good option, okay, but in order to make our application a little bit flexible and we don't want a complicated thing, so let's select this client side. Then the another infra setup is I can't provision the InsForge storage bucket plus export table from this session. Okay, so no CLI admin access here. How do you want to handle setup? So here it's saying I will provide a SQL bucket step for you to run, or you already have created them, give me the name, or you can have other option. So we'll say other and you can type your answer. Okay, so here we can simply say use InsForge skill to implement, and if required I can create bucket and I will give you the name. Okay, so it's a similar like this one. So if the bucket and export table already exist, then it will add it. Okay, so here but create table in InsForge, as you already know how to create, and then I will submit the answers. Okay, now we'll wait.
A few moments later.
Now once it is implemented, you will see what are the things it's implemented, like added the export.ts file, theme-file.ts file, and many other things. But there are two things that you must do. Okay, so first thing, we need to create a public bucket name called theme export inside the InsForge. Okay, and then we have to add that inside this export bucket. So basically I will go to this InsForge and then we'll create a bucket. Make sure the bucket name is public and no space inside the bucket name, and then click create bucket. Okay, and after that, or you can even set if you are giving some different bucket name, and then you have to run the theme export migration SQL query, so which is inside this doc Shopify export. Okay, now in your case it might be a different, but don't worry, you have to just follow the step-by-step instruction. So here I will copy this SQL query as it is. Okay, so I think it's a big one, so you can copy everything until this one. Okay, so you have to copy this create policy as well, and then go to this SQL editor, paste everything, and then simply run it. Now once it run, you will see it's run successfully. You have to verify by going to the database, and then you will see the theme export folder. Okay, so here we have the other folder as well, like other table like project themes, project pages, messages, and other, right? But over here it created this theme export because inside that you will see it is connected to the project ID table, or the project table, the user table, and other tables as well. Okay, and after that I think that's all we need to do. We just need to make sure to run your application and test this out. So I will go to this particular page and let's reload this app, and then click export to Shopify. Okay, so once you click on it, obviously it's showing the loading, but the dialog is not look good. It has something over here, okay, but it's right now pretty invisible. So maybe you can fix that styling. So let me close this for now, and here we can say the progress slash, or we'll say progress dialog is styling not properly set. Properly fix it. Okay, so this dialog is not set, so we tell to the AI to fix that one, and we'll test this out again. Okay, and once the export is successful, it will save inside this theme export, and if you see it's already saved. Now inside the storage under the theme export, if I reload it, you will see this zip file. Okay, it means it gets saved. Obviously you have option to download as well. So if I go to this export to Shopify again, it will first show you whether do you want to download existing one or not, but this dialog currently not properly styled or implemented, so that's what we told AI agent to fix this issue. But in meantime, you can simply download it from this InsForge. So I will download this file, and you will see now we have the zip file. Simply open this zip file and unzip it. Then inside that you will see all this folder get created. See, assets, config, layout, and if I go to this, if I open all of this folder, each folder has a different files. Okay, now you can test this by just uploading this zip file to the Shopify. Now inside the Shopify, it's free to try it out. Okay, so in that one you have option to import your theme. So simply go to this online store in order to test this, and then over here you will find an option called import. Simply upload the zip file. So I will just drag this zip file which I downloaded. So if here we have the zip file, simply drop it here and then click upload file, and then once it upload, your theme will be available. And over here you will see the preview. If I click on edit theme, you will see the exact theme or exact code which we just generated. Okay, here you have option because this particular page is divided into a small section, and here you can manage all the details. Now this is just a placeholder, but you can replace that with the actual products as well. Pretty cool, right? Here if you want, you can change this header. You have a home main page, and you also have the footer section which you can edit whenever you want. Pretty cool, right? And once you click publish, okay, you will see the live example. If I click on view store, then obviously it will show the store as well. Perfect, right? So that's how guys you have to generate your Shopify template and export it properly. Now we'll make sure the dialog is fixed. Right now if you see what's wrong with the progress dialog styling, so here we can say looks completely unstyled, and submit this answer, and then we'll wait for this fix. And once it is fixed, then you can check it out. So right now for this particular page I already exported, and then once you have the exported zip file, then it will give you option to download it, but if it's not there, you have option to regenerate that file or zip folder again. Okay, so that's how this export to Shopify work. And here I have the example. I just uploaded that particular exported theme, and it's working perfectly, so I can see the proper result. So you can also test this particular demo. I will put the link in the description so that you can even export this particular any e-commerce page, and you can import it into your Shopify account. Now it's time to push our code. Okay, so basically I will create a branch first, and then I will give the name as export to Shopify template. Then make sure it gets checked out. Then I will stage all of the changes. You can even give the proper commit message, and then we'll say commit. After that you can simply push your code, and once you push your code to that branch, you have to make sure to create the new pull request. So you'll get an option to create a pull request. We are creating the pull request so that CodeRabbit will review our code. Okay, it is very important to get review, because you know that CodeRabbit will give you the suggestion, also it will give you an agentic prompt which you can copy and paste it to fix the suggested changes. And with the help of CodeRabbit review UI, you can even compare each code line by line and get the explanation as well. Now it's time to add in two new options under this drop down. The one is export to HTML or export to code, and another is export to PNG. So the selected one, it will export as a PNG or HTML as well. So these two important option we are going to add inside this drop down. So this is the kind of new feature. So if user want to just edit the HTML, they can even download it. So I will just go to this Visual Studio and simply we'll open any of the, or let's open this Claude session, and inside this, let me close this, we can simply add inside editor page under export drop down, let's add two new options. So first I will say two option. One is export to code, or export code will say, and other export to PNG image. Okay, obviously this particular placeholder we are going to remove, which is the export theme JSON, and I will say and remove export theme JSON option. Now on export to code, make sure to download both file, download all project files, project web page file as zip, okay, as HTML zip or zip file will say, web page dot HTML file as a zip, inside zip file. Okay, so here will say inside zip file. And for export to PNG, download both image, not both, but download all pages as .png image. Okay, so this is the two things that we want to add. Now on the preview theme, either you can open a new tab or you can remove this option. It's not big deal because you're already previewing, showing those option or showing this particular preview inside our inbuilt editor browser, right? Now once you add this, oh, I don't know why this is there. We don't need this .mcv.json, but let's send this. Okay, and now you just need to wait for the implementation. Now these two new option will get added, and then we will test this both the option, so that these two new feature will give us an application little bit upper hand. Okay, which is very interesting feature as well, and many web ID has this kind of feature, right? That's the reason we are also adding in our application. So let's wait and then we'll test this out. Now it asking few questions, like for example, how should the export to PNG works? Okay, so here the first option is add HTML to image library or dependency free SVG. So we'll go with this add HTML to image library because that makes more sense. So let's give the correct option, correct choice, so that it will implement accordingly. Now once it is exported, you will see all the changes it made, and basically it implemented two main functionality. One is export to code and export to PNG image. So let's test this out. So we will see these two new options. Okay, and if I click on export to code, you will see this get downloaded as a zip file. If I open this zip file, then you will see these two images. Okay, let me open the correct one. I think I opened incorrect one. Yeah, this one. And if I open this file, this is how it look like. If let me open this one as well, and if you see the output. Okay, now this is the actual HTML file. Now let's download the image. So over here, if I go to the export to PNG image, and if I unzip this file, then you will see these two images, one which is the home page and other which is the card, because we have two pages only, right? And for those pages, it will download the assets, it will download all the styling, everything inside one file. Pretty cool, right? And whenever you edit anything, right, it will make sure it will save it automatically. So that functionality is also inbuilt only. So that's how, guys, you have to add these two important feature inside your app. Now let's push our all the code. So first we'll create a new branch and we'll give name as export to code and image. Okay, then stage all of these changes and give the proper commit message and then simply say commit. After that, make sure to push your all the changes to that new branch so that inside your GitHub you can create the new pull request for which you just created the branch and push the code. Once the pull request is created, you just need to wait for CodeRabbit to review your code. Once the CodeRabbit review the code, make sure to go through it. It will also generate a proper review UI with all the line by line changes, and you will see the line by line description as well. Okay, so CodeRabbit is also providing. I will put the CodeRabbit link in the description so that you will get a free access to the CodeRabbit. Also, the Jolli AI also start working on building the Jolli the memory bank, and under the memory bank you can check all of these commit which we made, right? You will see the memory bank for each of them. Okay, now this memory bank not only give you the information, but it also show you how much token you spend in order to implement that particular feature, then the quick recap about the feature and the each and every detail that you made. Everything will be inside that particular Jolli memory. Okay, so that's how the Jolli memory works, and then you can use it later on whenever you want. Now I will wait for CodeRabbit to review code, and then I will just fix if there any inline comment. Okay, and if you see your review changes tag also ready, which is quite helpful if you want to really understand your line by line code, because this is built by AI. Not only that, but also any developer can understand your code which you implemented. So that's why this particular feature from the CodeRabbit is very interesting. So give a try. Obviously it will also generate the proper architectural diagram for the changes which you made. Now it's time to implement the project page where you can manage all the project which you created previously, so that you can come back and edit any project whenever you want. So that's why we want to implement this project page. Now for that one, we also need to make sure it will take a screenshot of the our project so that we can show the proper preview. So over here I will start the Claude session. So here you can click new chart and then open a Claude code. Now inside that I'm just going to add the quick prompt. So we'll simply say let's implement project page. So on click of sidebar project option, navigate to new page and show all user created projects. Now show each project with the proper card with project preview as thumbnail. Maybe take a screenshot when web page is generated so that we can show that as thumbnail inside project card. Okay, so that is a very important thing. Also automatically give or generate project title based on user entered prompt. So that also very important to note down, because it automatically generates the project title. If you are building any grocery store, then it will properly generate, okay, this is a grocery store project. Okay, and also mention created date on that card, and here we say and show it as a grid format. And I think whatever we need it, we mention it properly with a step by step with the proper points, so that AI will now implement it properly, okay, and step by step. Now in order to save token, you will always mention that if it's not mentioned inside your agent.md file, but you can even use the Jolli recall in order to recall all your project which previously implemented, right? So you AI will not read all the files, and it will obviously save you a lot of tokens.
A few moments later.
Now once it is implemented, you will see what are the changes it made, but the most important thing, it's saying that one-time backend setup required. So basically inside the InsForge, we need to create this bucket name project thumbnail. So simply copy that, go to the InsForge, and under the storage section, we need to create a new bucket called project thumbnail and keep this public bucket, and then we'll click on create that particular bucket. After this, we also need to run this query. So I will just copy this query, and then we'll go back to the InsForge, go to the SQL editor, and then simply run this query. Okay, so if you see, it's saying SQL query executed successfully. Okay, now until those exist, the grid works and cards show preview generating placeholder. The capture just silently no ops. So basically initially it will show that it is generating. So if I go back to our app, and now obviously you will see the new page get generated called project, and if I open this project, you will see all our project. Now currently it's showing the preview generated, and then immediately within a few seconds, obviously it's first time, then it will generate the proper preview for each of your project, right? Now for all project, obviously we don't have any specific web page generated, but for those the web page is ready, you can see that web page as well. Okay, so that's how guys this preview thumbnail work, and in many places you already saw how it works. Even though if you make any changes, okay, it will capture that new updated UI thumbnail, and then it will update on your project as well. And as per our requirement, it generated the proper title, as well as it also generated, or it also show when this project get created. So that's all for this project page. If you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Now it's time to push our code by creating a new branch. So we'll go to the source control, click on branch, we'll create a new branch, and then here we'll simply say AI Shopify template builder. Okay, now this complete project source code I am giving you for free. So you have to just click the link in the description, and then it will navigate you on a GitHub. Make sure to give a star, and then you can even clone it or fork it from the repo. Now once you created the branch, make sure it get checked out, and then stage all of these changes. Give the proper commit message. I'm using AI to give the commit message, so based on the changes it will automatically give you the commit message as well, and then simply push your code to that new branch. After that, I will go to the GitHub repo, and then we'll create a new pull request. Once the pull request is created, then just wait for CodeRabbit to review your code. As you know that CodeRabbit provides a lot of different features, so make sure to wait for the CodeRabbit to review your code, and then you can simply merge your pull request.
Now it's time to add a subscription and billing feature into our app to make our application as a SaaS, and then you can make actual money out of it. So in order to implement the subscription and billing feature, our user is divided into two parts, one which is a free user and another which is pay user. Now for a free user, we have some limitation that user only can create maximum 2 free projects, and they cannot export to a Shopify template, but they can export to PNG or just a simple HTML code. But on other hand, for a paid user who is paying monthly or yearly, they can create a multiple project and can export to a Shopify code or PNG file. Okay, so I already wrote a prompt with a proper detail because we want to add a option to manage the billing, see the pricing model, and a lot of other things. Okay, So I already have this prompt. So inside this prompt, we are going to create a 3 subscription plan, free, monthly and yearly. And we are going to use a Stripe payment gateway because Stripe is a globally available, as well as they recently introduced a UPI payment method which is also work in India and other part, and very easy to integrate and manage as well, and you can free to join. They also have the sandbox mode where you can test this locally or in the development mode. Now for a free plan limit, user can create maximum 2 projects and can view and edit their project. Free user cannot create more than 2 projects and export project as a Shopify theme. They cannot do that. Okay. But on other hand, paid user can create unlimited project, export project as a Shopify theme zip file and access all the premium feature. Then we are going to use a Stripe integration with a Stripe checkout, webhook and all the features. Obviously, we need to generate some API key or secret key from the Stripe that I'm going to show you how to do it. Then after that, we need to store some billing information when user join it. Okay, so that's related about this one. And then we have some project limitation validation that we need to introduce, so that if user exceed more than 2, we have to make sure user will see a proper pop-up, and then it will show that you cannot create more than 2 projects for a free user. On the sidebar side, we want to show a sidebar footer with the project usage for a free user. Okay, that how many project use and all. And then I think that's all we needed. This billing popper basically use to show how much it's remaining and all. You can even have option to manage your billing, upgrade the plan and many other things which you will find it on the billing page. Okay, so this prompt is little bit big, that's why you can simply copy that, and there are all the feature, pages, integration, everything is mentioned inside this prompt. This prompt also available on the TubeGuruji prompt box section. Now once you copy, simply go to the Visual Studio and I will start with a new session, and inside this maybe let me open inside the, let me close this, simply open any file, so which will give you access to open the Claude code, and then simply enter your prompt and then send this. Now let's wait for the complete implementation, because it will go through the all the necessary required documentation from the Stripe payment gateway as well. Okay, so that it will understand how to implement and integrate it. You can even use the Stripe skill or Stripe MCP server. It's totally up to you how you want to use, but right now we'll let AI agent decide how they want to implement. Now if you observe, it's created a to-do task and then it start installing the Stripe SDK, then it will use the build shared billing config, and then it will execute one task one by one. Okay, so it help us to agent as well to manage everything and to implement all the feature one by one. So we'll wait for the final implementation.
A few moments later.
Now once it's built, you will see all the file, what are the things are changed. But this is very important. Before it works, one time setup we need to do it. We need to create a subscription table with the RLS SQL provided. So inside this billing setup.md file, we already have this query. Okay, now either you can tell AI to execute it, but sometimes it give you to execute this query on your own. So what we'll do, we'll just copy this query as it is, and then we are going to go to the InsForge, and inside the query editor we are going to execute this particular query. Simply click run and then you will see it's executed. Now under the database it will add a new table called subscription. After this we need to, let me close this, and inside the .env.local we need to add Stripe secret key, webhook secret and next public app URL. Okay, now it already added the InsForge admin key, so you don't need to add that. Now once you added this secret key and the webhook secret key, then our payment gateway will work. So first the app URL is already added, then we need to add secret and webhook key, which you can get it from the Stripe dashboard. So simply navigate to the Stripe, go to the dashboard. If you don't have account, make sure to create a new account. You can use a sandbox if you don't have registered business. Okay, that's completely fine. And then you can simply navigate to the Stripe dashboard. Under this, you have to go to this TubeGuruji and switch to the sandbox. Okay, so I will go to this sandbox. I already created a sandbox called test mode, so I will go into that. Now from here you will get the secret key. Simply copy that. Now remember, this is just a test mode. Then we'll go back and we'll paste this secret key. Now you need to generate a webhook secret. Now if you are working locally, then you have to make sure you can generate a webhook secret locally as well, or you can deploy your application and then you can add your webhook secret under the developer, then search for this webhook, and from here you can add a destination with a webhook key. Okay, so it's totally up to you how you want to add. So right now, if I go over here, if you see, we have this test with a local listener. Just click on it and then it will show you the complete step-by-step guide how you can execute locally. Now if you don't have the Stripe CLI installed, then you have to install. In order to verify, simply execute this command Stripe login inside the terminal. So I will go to the terminal, click new terminal, and inside this we'll add a Stripe login. Now in my case it's already there. Okay, so that's why I can able to log in. But if it's not there for you, you have to install the Stripe CLI by simply executing the npm command, as simple as that. Okay, now if you see, Stripe also have this plugin, but right now it's already ready, so you don't need to execute anything. Next we have to copy this Stripe webhook listener. So we'll go over here and paste it, but remember you need to use localhost 3000 and make sure you have /webhook. Okay, so inside this app under the API, then we have the Shopify. I think inside the billing we have the webhook. So same path we have to give. Okay, so here we'll say, or maybe you can just change this to API /billing /webhook. Okay, so that particular path you need to give. Now you can also verify if they in our AI output, if you see it already given, so you can even copy this as it is and then simply hit enter. Okay, so it will listen the webhook. Now you will get this webhook key as well. Okay, so simply copy that webhook key, make sure it starts with the WH. So if I close this, you will see this complete webhook secret key. Simply paste it here inside your .env and then save it. Now it listens to this webhook, your particular webhook endpoint, and as you are working locally, so that's the reason you have to test in this way. But once you deploy your application, you can simply generate secret key, and that's all. Now next thing, I will say done over here and you can test this. So I will refresh this page and now you will see a brand new option added called billing. Also we have the footer section. Right now it's showing okay, 12 of 2 is used because we already have a lot of project created, and if I try to create a new one, it will not allow me. Then if I go to the billing, you will see already have created a lot of project, and that's the reason it's showing 0 remaining on free. Then you have option to join any plan. So we have free, monthly and yearly as well. If I click on upgrade on any of the plan, it will navigate me to the Stripe checkout page. So if you see, it navigate to the Stripe checkout, it shows that amount which is 9.99, and then I'm on the test mode or the sandbox mode. So you can, I will just add this existing card detail, and here you can add any card detail. You will find the different card detail on, just search on Google Stripe test cards, and then you will find all the Stripe card numbers for Visa, MasterCard and many others. Okay, so you can use this. So in my case, let's use this Visa one. You can add any date any CVV number, any zip, and then click subscribe. Once you click subscribe, it will automatically process your payment, save the information to your database, and then it will upgrade your plan. And now you will see that you are on the monthly plan. Okay, so this is your current plan now, and that's why now it's showing that you are on the unlimited project pro plan. And now we don't have any limitation of creating project. Pretty cool, right? Now you also have option to manage your subscription. If I click on manage billing, it will navigate to the Stripe customer portal where you have option to cancel your billing or change payment method or whichever things you want, where you can manage completely. Okay, so that's how guys you have to add your billing feature, add a limitation and many other things. And as you know that if you go to this any project, for the free user you cannot access this export to Shopify field, but other than that you can access all the feature. So I hope you understand how easily we integrated this billing feature. If you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Also, just quick thing I forgot to show you, that here if you see this particular drop down button here, this option will give you and more option like view plan, manage billing, upgrade plan, view usage, and basically it navigate to the same page. Just we are adding those options so that user will easily find it. Now it's time to push our code. So I will go to the source control, then we'll create a new branch and we'll call it as subscription billing payment integration. Then hit enter. After that we'll stage all of these changes, give a proper commit message. I'm using AI to give this commit message and say commit. After that, don't forget to push your changes to the branch which you just created, and then we'll go to the GitHub. Here you will get an option to create a pull request. Simply click create pull request and then just wait for CodeRabbit to review your code. Now CodeRabbit will give you the review stack where you can check with their new review UI feature, and then in that one you can compare the old code with a new code with a line by line description and explanation. Okay, so we'll wait for the CodeRabbit to review our code. In meantime, you can also find that Jolli memory will also generate a proper memory bank along with what are the things are updated. If you see, we have this AI Shopify template builder from the previous chapter, right? And it show you that how much it costs to implement that particular feature, how many tokens used, then the proper memory with a quick recap, what are the things we implemented, right? Everything it show you step by step. Then you will also find what are the things are changed, what is the decision behind the code change, and you will see that all the proper quick recap for each of the block. Okay, you also generate end-to-end test cases by just pressing this generate button, and you will find the context as well, the high level context where you will find the project page and thumbnail with a backend setup. You can view on Jolli and what are the file changes. Everything is mentioned inside this Jolli memory. Now if you see, the CodeRabbit also generated the review change tag, and if I click on it, it will navigate to their review change tag UI. Now on this one you will compare your old code as well as a new and updated code, and you will see the line by line explanation on the right side. Here we have the summary for each of them. Once AI add any comment, that also you will find it. Now this particular PR review stack is very important for the other developers in your team so that they can understand each part of your code which is written. If you written this code or AI written this code, this particular one very helpful to understand it. Okay. Now we pretty much finished developing this application. Now it's time to deploy our app on the cloud so that you can access this app
from anywhere and you can share your project with your friends and family. Now, in order to deploy our app, first we have to make sure all the code is pushed to the GitHub repo, because we are going to use a Vercel. Vercel is a platform where you can deploy your Next.js app completely for free. Now inside that, once you sign up to the Vercel, you have option to add a new project. Then you have to make sure you will connect your GitHub repo. I already connected, and once you connect your GitHub repo, simply you will get an option for your GitHub repo right now. Let me refresh this and simply search your project. Okay, so if you see 1 minute ago, we just push all the changes and then click import. After that, it will automatically detect the application framework, the project name and all the details. The one important thing that you need to do is to add this environment variable. So I will go to the Visual Studio, and inside the .env file or .env.local file, you will see all of this environment variable. Simply copy everything as it is and then simply paste it here. It will automatically assign the key and their respective value, so you don't need to copy paste one by one, and then simply click deploy. As simple as that, right? And then you just need to wait for this complete deployment. Now before that, I just want to show you one more important thing. Now every time when you want to deploy your app, make sure you'll build your application locally by using npm run build command, which will build your application, and if there is any error, it will give you immediately. So you will not get any issue or any error while deployment. So that's the reason it is very important to deploy your application locally. Now in my case, if you see, I got one error and it's saying that okay, use search param will be wrapped inside this suspense boundary or something like this. Sometimes this error can be ignored in the deployment. So in order to fix it, you can simply open Claude and then paste this issue, and you can say after that, got error while building app, okay, and then send it. So this agent will automatically fix your issue, okay, so you don't need to worry about that. And if you see, same error we are also getting while deployment, okay. So this kind of thing might happen, and that's completely normal. You don't need to worry about that, and that's the reason I told you that we have to build your application before it run. Now once it fixed, then you have to again push these small changes. So in meantime, I'm going to create a new branch, and then here we'll say deployment bug fix. Okay, so make sure is get checked out, and once it fixed, then you can again run npm run build command to verify that everything is working properly. And if you see, the issue is fixed. Now I'm going to run npm run build command, and to verify that now in this time I'm not getting any issue. Obviously if you get, then make sure to build it, and right now if you see, I did not get any error. Okay, now I will stage all of these changes, and I will just add simple commit message. We will say bug fix, and then I will push this branch along with the code. Then we'll go to the GitHub, create a pull request, and then simply merge your pull request to the main branch. Now the interesting thing is, whenever you push any code to the main branch, it will auto trigger the deployment for you. Okay, so if you see right now, it starts building with this branch as well, but we want to push to our main branch, and once you push this main branch, then it will start deployment as well. Okay, so if I go back the project, here you will see a Shopify template builder, and then go to the deployment, and then you will see your main branch, which is the top one. Okay, so you will see the branch is now building. Okay, so you will find that it will deploy without any error, because we already build our application locally without any issue, and when you push your code, it will also build it. Okay, so just wait, and then you will see the status, it's saying ready. Now you can simply open this domain AI Shopify template builder Vercel app, and then you will see your application is now running on that particular cloud. Now you can open this on any browser. If I open in a incognito, you will see your application is running without any issue. You can simply sign in with a Google, you can sign in with the email address, and the interesting part is your project will be there, say, okay, and you can access all the feature without any different setup. Now only thing that you have to do is to set up a billing, that I already told you how to do it by just updating your actual Shopify Stripe secret key, okay, but other than that everything is ready to build your or to use your application. If you have any question, any doubt in the deployment, let me know in the comment section. You can also join the Discord channel, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, share this video, and don't forget to press notification bell icon, and we'll see you in the next video.